Well, hello my beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I'm using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for July. I can't believe we're here already. Where is the time going? Blink and we're already in Cancerian season. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the Gaia chimes, it felt almost like it was one note. You know, some of you may be feeling that life is like that, and I feel like some of you are making some quiet changes right now that are actually going to have a major ripple effect in your life in a positive way. Also, I feel something is going to come to a natural conclusion this month as well. Perhaps it's something you are phasing out, or maybe it's something you're completing at this time, but it feels like it's ready to be finalized or completed in some way, and it brings relief and peace. Okay, that's something that definitely came out there as well, okay? But let's see what's coming through with your cards. We have officially moved into Cancerian season, and this is a time where your heart space opens to nurture close relationships. I mean, your 7th house is influencing you, so you're going to desire to spend time with your nearest and dearest at this time. Of course, you'll also focus on the things you care about the most and prioritize your self-care needs. Your 12th house is influencing you, and that's all about, you know, body, mind, and soul, your spirituality, your connection to your higher self. So, you know, you will honor these things over this coming month there. On a personal level, July asks you to lean into softness, to really tap into your rich inner world and your emotional landscape, to cathartically assess where you feel secure and, of course, where you feel you could reinforce some boundaries. Also, if you're lucky enough to have some time away, whether it's a vacation, a staycation, or even just a moment to self, it's time to recharge and refocus. But also, it will remind you that there truly is no place like home. So this month will actually set you thinking, where and who feels like home? Where do you feel like you belong? But most importantly, you'll be coming home to self, especially since you have that sun card energy right there. That's all about the self. So this will be you kind of coming home to self with compassion to re-energize, especially with that sun energy. So if you have been feeling a little bit detached from self recently, caught up in the busyness of life, the humdrum, the exhaustion of life, or even abandoned aspects of self to give unconditionally to others or to projects or responsibilities, this is a month that encourages you to reacquaint acquaint with self, enjoy moments of stillness to connect to your higher self, but also to submerge yourself in hobbies, things that bring you joy, or have quality alone time. Now, let's not forget that my favorite planet, Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunities, will sit in the sign of Cancer right up until June 2026. Now, this increases the opportunity for prosperity despite the very changeable environments or circumstances that we are all currently experiencing. So anything that you truly care about will be given a boost of positivity. A time of heightened emotions where you honor rather than suppress your feelings. A very reflective month, especially for you, my beautiful Aquarians, because of your 12th house there, where nostalgia could literally come knocking on your door to either make you smile or even plunge you into a very deep healing process to detach, let it go, and let it flow. Returning to happier times is what it's all about this month. Now, the full moon occurs in the sign of Capricorn from the 10th or the 11th of July, depending on, I think they want that card, depending, of course, where you are in the world. And this will bring into review the work-life balance, and that will be firmly on your mind. Now, work doesn't always mean, career. It can be your tasks and responsibilities and all the things that you hold dear. So it'll be about finding balance. We have that hard taskmaster Saturn reminding you to remain organized, get your projects, tasks, and responsibilities done efficiently, and only then can you head out to play. But also, equally, if you've been working too hard and neglecting your personal needs, July asks you to find balance and space for fun. You owe it to yourself to find that balance to feel truly fulfilled. Now, we also have Mercury retrograding from the 17th, so you may see a reemergence of an ex, or some of you may, of course. And a lot of you will also return to a project that you've been meaning to prioritize. I would also suggest saving down any important documents, as Mercury retrogrades can influence, or shall I say, interfere with, internet apps and glitches and things like that, power outages as well, maybe some delays in communication or travel, or even misunderstandings. Always important to get everything in writing to prevent any misunderstandings, especially if you're getting quotes on prices and things like that. Now, beautiful Venus, planet of love, nestles up to Uranus this month, reigniting the spark in existing relationships, whilst adding a very spicy encounter for those who are single and ready to mingle. You could suddenly meet the love of your life this month if you're searching. Now, ultimately, as we are in Cancerian season, this month is all about home. Your roots. So you may make a surprising purchase. Some of you, that surprising purchase may be a home. But if you're already residing somewhere, it could be that you suddenly revamp with DIY or decluttering, reorganizing, or spontaneously creating something for your home space that beautifies your personal sanctuary. Cancerian season is always about feeling secure and connected to those that you hold dear. However, there are some challenging energies outside of that to contend with this month. Uranus is a very unpredictable outer planet. Its middle name is plot twist, for it loves to disrupt the status quo. So basically, if you have something planned, there could be a reschedule, or it could be that you're coming out of a comfort zone, doing something radically different this month. That's how it can transpire. You can't really predict something so unpredictable like Uranus, but it could also add a very revolutionary and often rebellious dynamic. And as we are in Cancerian season, it's important to tap into your inner compass to navigate any surprises. It's all about how you feel this month. So you may even surprise yourself with a sudden change of direction that may literally shock others around you as well. I feel a lot of you are focused on your sense of direction this month, actually. I feel like you're looking at where you feel you're headed, the kind of like destination point or the place where you complete something. And I feel like you're on target. You're maintaining and sustaining something there too. And I feel like you're going to be very successful in your advancement this month. Now, in terms of global events, please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it. I completely understand there's a lot of challenging things going on right now, and perhaps you don't want to be reminded. So fast forward until I show the first card. But if you do want to stick around for this part, Saturn and Neptune, they station then retrograde, and Both these planets will move back into the sign of Pisces, which is very, very unique. Okay, it hasn't happened for a very, very long time, and it's a very big deal, of course. Now, this planetary movement has, in the past, coincided with significant global changes, political upheavals, revolutions, and the dissolving of structures. Now, that doesn't mean that that's going to happen now, but you know, it can. So it's something to be mindful of. And on a global scale, I have to give it to you straight, we may be in for a bit of a bumpy ride astrologically. I almost don't want to think about the chaotic energy swirling outwardly, but we've already seen the might of Saturn, which is considered a bit of a cosmic bully, clashing with Neptune with such dynamism, pushing us around, as it were, to really create new structures. And with the addition of a very unstable Uranus, this month may add a bit of a shock factor before there is a bit of a calm resolution there too. Now, Uranus will leave the sign of Taurus, then dip briefly into Gemini, so we could see some radical shifts economically from now until a major climax in November. And personally, I'm keeping an eye on a particular alignment called Kal Sap Dosha, often called the Dragon's Grip, where 7 major planets align between Rahu and Ketu, the north and south nodes of the moon. You know, these are often considered the dragon's head and tail, and my guides gave me this for this alignment. The strait from Tokyo to Indonesia, a midway point marks a spot. Java shall quake as the ridge doth rise. Now, I can't tell you if a major event will occur in this area in July or not. I'm not often given dates that are very specific, but this chaotic alignment will influence us all heavily until July 28th. It can bring significant transformation, especially in terms of landscapes and, of course, massive seismic and volcanic shifts. However, I want you to be aware that with all of these volatile cosmic alignments and clashes, you know, we are currently moving through Cancerian season, and that searches for peace in the chaos, whether it's global or personal, especially during turbulent times. So if you feel like you're going through something that you're struggling with, Cancerian season tries to bring you home to peace. It seeks understanding and resolution in uncertainty, and it will try to guide you home towards that peace and love in your circumstance, but also within self as well as globally. Of course, it will work extra hard against planetary shifts, and Saturn is all about duty, so it can be reframed. As we move through July and beyond, we all have a duty to passionately lead with light in our hearts, to exact compassion and understanding, and this is our world, and we have a right to live peacefully in it. Hold that vibration of peace and love, and together we can shift the energy towards a world we desire to live in. But also you can look at Saturn as a sense of duty personally, to focus on, you know, sustaining your goals and your momentum towards where you want to be in life. So it's important that there are many different levels that you understand, global levels of energy, but also personal levels of energy. And on a personal level, this is a month where you are going to maintain and sustain, to find comfort and joy in the present moment, but also to make the changes that you want to see in your world, and lean into July as a respite before launching yourself forward towards accomplishing your goals with greater speed. And of course, you'll have the help of Jupiter's great benevolence and support there too. Now, looking at your cards, we have the Lovers, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. So a lot of you are focused on relationships and things that bring you joy. Yes, you're under a lot of pressure, and I feel like you're trying really hard to reshape your world and, you know, achieve your goals. But also, I feel this month is a very cerebral month. The deepest part of your chart, the 12th house, is influencing you. So with this Sun energy, a lot of you are trying to seek more moments of joy, more positivity in the chaos, and try to hold, you know, all that goodness in your heart to change the vibrations around you and lock onto more positive opportunities there as well. It feels like this boost. You're holding it all together, but you're trying to do it with a smile, as it were. The Sun energy can indicate you're paying close attention to your mindset, how you think about things. So a lot of you, because of that 12th house, you're going to connect to mindfulness, meditation, improving focus. Some of you, you may even do certain word games or, you know, utilize games on apps to hone your focus and your clarity. Your brain is like super locked on there. But also you could be journaling, looking at your mental well-being, and looking at self-help books or podcasts or videos and, you know, motivational kind of aspects to help you and reinforce this idea that whatever it is you're trying to do, it may feel monumental, but you're going to achieve it. I see that you are going to have success here. Page of Pentacles indicates you're making a lot of effort right now, and you may be learning more about what you're capable of doing. You're also looking at intrusive thoughts with that Five of Swords there, and making sure that your thoughts actually give you more confidence rather than tear you down with doubt or feeling that perhaps, you know, you can't do something, because of course you can. I feel like you're worthy of these opportunities coming on in. You're being responsible, you're being careful with your goals, and I feel like you're investing in self. A lot of you may actually download courses of learning to hone your skills, because this is to nourish something. The sun nourishes, okay? So it could be that you're putting a spotlight on something that's important to you this month and reshaping it. You know, this of course is all about personal growth when your 12th house is there. But of course, some of you are thinking about growing your money. Okay, you could be locked onto financial strategies to save a little bit more. You may be focusing on your pensions, 401ks, repayment plans. You may be giving a little bit extra to some of those repayment plans so that you can bring down debt a lot quicker than you envisaged. So I feel a lot of you also may save a little bit more. So it's either or, really. It's like, do I put this into my pension or my 401k? Do I put this into savings, or do I actually reinvest in a course to amplify skill sets in order to build knowledge so that you can actually either launch something that will bring you in more financial opportunities? Because this card here, Page of Pentacles, can be new money coming on in. Some of you may see like a tax rebate come in, a check, for example, or something from your past that you invested in that you've already been nourishing. You may see a dividend or you know, some sort of extra opportunity financially coming on in. It could be a raise in your finances. For some of you, you may get some commission if you're in a commission-based working environment, or you may be given a tip, a large tip there, something that's a little bit more unexpected, or even some sort of promotion or raise financially. I mean, economically, things are a little bit tight right now, so it can be something that you're worried about. But with the Hierophant, there's a hierarchy energy coming through here. So if you work for a company, this could be that, you know, you're making steady progress and that people in positions of authority are really noticing what you're doing, because you are shining your light. You're standing out there. You are either promoting yourself. If you are in your own business, for example, it could be that you're networking or getting your message out there, or getting your skills out there, and people in positions of authority are wanting to work with you, collaborate, because you have that Lovers card there as well. Or it could be just customers or clients that love what you do, love what you're about, and word of mouth, they actually, you know, bring in new people, because this is a new person attracted to whatever it is you do and wants to offer you money, for example. Some of you may even be thinking about utilizing the internet or a social media platform, because the Lovers card can be a partnership. And the 12th house is lots of thoughts, downloads, ideas on development. And this can be financial development, because you've got that Page of Pentacles there, but this can also be development with self. So a lot of you could be actually, as I said, partnering up with a person or even the internet to make sure that you amplify your opportunities this month. But if you do work for a company, I do see some sort of new project or new endeavor that you may be kind of like tapped, as it were, to figurehead, or some of you could be putting your resume out there to find new opportunities. And although this is, you know, July and it feels like a lull month, a lot of people may be on vacation during this time. I feel with this Three of Pentacles, you've got some plans bubbling up there, and I feel there could be an opportunity for you to expand your reach in some way. You're still searching for opportunities. The Sun is a searching card, spotlight. So I feel a lot of you could be noticed by a person who wants to work with you, or, you know, headhunt you in some way there in terms of work. Now, looking at your money situation before I move on from the working environment, I mean, if some of you have come to this reading and you're currently out of work and you're looking for opportunities, I see you partnering up with some sort of company that is very prestigious. Okay, this could be a company that perhaps has a long reputation as being like a leading kind of figure in an industry that you're wanting to work in. However, there is a Five of Swords here, so some of you may wrestle with the idea of working with this company, but I feel like they offer you a really fair amount of money here, and you may take this role For some of you, there is this energy of working temporarily. So maybe it's something temporary coming in that you're trialing, but I feel some of you, because I'm being given the word refusal, and I feel it comes from you, some of you may decide, actually, this is not for me, and let someone down or walk away from something in order to get something better. Okay, because I feel there's this like sudden other opportunity coming on in, okay? But if you're currently looking for a job and you've been searching for a long time, the Justice card in the resistance position can be that it's been unfair, that there has been an oversaturated energy in the working sort of job market. Opportunities have been scarce. I feel a lot of roles may be available but not be paying what is worth the role, as it were. So you've been saying, well, I can't live on that, or that's not fair, or that's just not conducive to the role. There's so much going on in the job spec, they're just not paying enough. But I do feel that you will find the right role and a very fast-paced environment, but it offers you the right amount of money. There will be a starting salary on this, but then it will increase over time, okay? I definitely see that occurring there as well. But for the rest of you, if you're just here wondering, what about your money? I feel with that Three of Pentacles, you got plans to launch something new, and it's going to be very successful. So whatever it is you're investing in, a lot of you could be applying for something right now or studying for something, making an effort on something. You're being really practical. It feels here that you are consistent in something, and you're going to see evidence of your money changing, because this is a new money card. So if you're launching something at the end of this month in particular, I mean, you may overthink it a little bit before you do it, but it's going to be very successful. However, it may be slow and steady at first before it really picks up pace. I want you to be aware of that. A lot of you are also investing in certain maybe financial institutions, because the Hierophant can be an institution that is long-standing, like a bank, for example. So you may be like pooling your resources, moving money around into accounts that have a higher interest rate, for example. So you could be very savvy, very clever, looking into establishments that hold accounts that give you more for your money. So I feel you could have an increase there with some sort of interest rates, for example. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy, because your 12th house is more about, you and your heart space and being more sensitive, committing to your higher self on a spiritual path. And the Lover's card asks you, what is it you would love? Because ultimately this card is a grounding card of that which you have in your heart. You shall manifest. It shall show up on the earthly plane. It feels like you're in the planning stages on something that you would love to do. And with the Lover's card, it can indicate that some people are supporting you at this time or cheering you on, even though you're doing it by yourself. But some of you may even partner up with either a family member or be thinking at this time, hey, if we pooled our resources, we could come together and create something. Some of you may be pooling resources to purchase property, because, of course, Cancerian season is about home. So it could be where you reside. You could be moving in with someone that you care about, or that you have an affinity with, or a family member, or you could be all, pooling all the money into a pot in order to purchase a larger property or invest in something that will bear dividends and financial results later on, because I feel there's something here that you're building, okay? Even if you're not doing those things, I feel like you're building in your plans and you care so much about what it is that you're doing. Now, of course, this is coming through quite heavily. Some of you may be pregnant at this time and expecting twins, but of course, not everyone is expecting twins there, but congratulations if that's you, whether you're expecting twins or not. If you're currently pregnant, of course, I feel with this energy that baby is going to come on time, okay? Give or take 1 or 2 days is what I see. So the due date, if you're giving birth this period, I feel there is an energy of everything going to plan, okay? I do feel there could be an addition to your birthing plan. So someone who is very knowledgeable may just suddenly join your birthing plan. Doesn't mean that anybody is leaving your birthing plan that you've been consistently seeing over the terms, but I feel there could be someone else who comes on board, and actually you're in safe hands with that person. They're really knowledgeable, so that's coming through there as well, so congratulations. Now, of course, the Lover's card can indicate some of you might meet your soulmate this month. I feel this person may be a little bit younger than you, but don't let that put you off there. I feel this could be a flourishing relationship. Also, if you've been seeing someone and wondering where it's going, things could get very serious this month. Suddenly you put a label on it, as it were. You're now officially a couple, and you may be seen out in public together, or have them meet your friends, because we have that Three of Pentacles there as well. Now also, if you're searching for love, you could actually meet the love of your life in a group of people, or someone who already knows you could try to set you up with someone that they think would be good for you. I mean, looking at the energy, I feel you would meet this person and think, yeah, they're nice. But ultimately, I feel like you meet someone new. The Lover's card is a choice card, okay? And I feel with that Five of Swords, there's someone that you have to let down, okay? And I feel you will let this person down, say they're lovely, and you know, there's just no spark. But there's someone new that captures your attention, that you're really curious about investing your time with. And I feel this is something that will lead to marriage, because you have the Hierophant there, right? Doesn't mean you're going to get married in July. I mean, some of you are getting married in July, and congratulations if that's you. Two of Swords, there may be some information that you've been waiting on. If you've been planning your wedding, there may be something that's critical that you're like, oh my gosh, it could be a contract or something. You may have to chase that, okay? Justice card, because it's in the resistance position, I mean, if you have a contract for some item that you need for a wedding service, I would say do due diligence. Make sure you look at all the clauses and things like that, like insurance. I don't know anything about that, but you know, just check that, because I feel there could be a clause that you need to renegotiate there. I don't see anything negative going on in the day or the ceremony. I think you have a great time, but I would say just watch out for that. Also, you know, getting a marriage license, or, you know, signing, there could be a delay in it then being delivered to you, so just watch out for that as well. A lot of you could actually be invited to a wedding this month, and this is where you will either meet a friend for life or a partner for life, okay? So that's strongly coming through there as well. Now, your 7th house is all about partnerships, so you are going to be a little bit more sociable than usual, allowing yourself to be seen there. Three of Pentacles, social activities, spending time with the people that you love, but also focusing on projects that you love. Three of Pentacles is engineering your plans, so you're very focused and diligent there on moving ahead with productivity. So I feel things are starting to shape up for you after a long time of perhaps feeling a little bit like out of the loop, or like you're just on autopilot doing. You're starting to see things taking shape. And with the Justice card here, a lot of you are looking at reciprocity, because 7th house is all about balance. So I feel this is something out of sync in you or your environment right now. So some of you, especially with that Knight of Swords, you may actually have a bit of a wake-up call on something and readdress. So if you've been feeling out of sync with your body, it could be that you're making some lifestyle changes, cutting something out that perhaps you've been thinking about cutting out for some time. This will bring you back into balance. This could be like a hormonal shift, or perhaps a vitamin deficiency there. But I feel there is a need for harmony and balance. Some of you, of course, you're under pressure and you're managing stress levels at this time. So this Justice card is about bringing you completely back into balance. Now, of course, your 7th house and your 12th house, you could be looking at limiting beliefs. So I feel like you're breaking through a mindset here to set yourself free and look at your options. Move from fear to possibility this month, and there's a major breakthrough there as well. But also, you know, this card can indicate some of you may be asked to do jury service. You may get some correspondence there. You may miss initially the correspondence. So check out your spam folder or hard copy mail. I mean, they may eventually call you and say, hey, we sent you this document. And you're like, well, I didn't get it. And they're like, well, you have jury service. So I feel a lot of you with that Knight of Swords, Two of Swords, I mean, I feel some of you may actually try to reschedule it. I feel initially, yes, you reschedule, they'll give you another date, but the other date may also be something you have to work around, but they won't give you another chance to cancel or reschedule, okay? So that's coming through there as well. So it may be something that's unfair. You're like, okay, you got a free pass to avoid jury service on that occasion, and they give you another date, but then the other date is final. and you have to attend. You may try to reschedule that one as well, but the Five of Swords indicates they may let you down on that, so that's coming through there too. I mean, the Justice card can also indicate a lot of you are focused on paperwork this month, contracts. So if something like a rolling contract is coming to the end of its expiry date, you may be reviewing whether you want to reconnect to it, whether this is a service provider, whether this is subscription. You know, Three of Pentacles can indicate the people or the things that you connect to, that you pay for. And if you're not happy with any service or you feel it's glitching, you may finally cut it out and get a better deal elsewhere. And even for cheaper, because there's more money in your pocket. You're better at saving this month. You're keeping a tight rein on your finances. But also the Justice card can indicate that you're on top of paying bills, that you are on top of keeping your life running smoothly. But also I see this refining of goals and paying attention to the details, setting specific milestones for you to reach that are achievable, and sort of breaking it down into steps. Because some of you may have given yourself unrealistic goals, putting too many things on your to-do list and then feeling like you fail because you don't reach all those things on your to-do list. I feel like you're taking it in steps, adding perhaps 3 things on your list that are critical, that need to get done. You complete these things and then you have space for more things. And then you feel really proud of yourself that you got more done. You're very productive, you're very locked onto your goals. But if you put 10 things on your list and you only accomplish 3 because that's the amount of time you had, you gave everything you had, all your energy, blood, sweat, and tears to all the things that you tried to accomplish, and you got 3 things done. Sometimes you can set yourself up for failing or feeling like you're failing. I always say there's no such thing as failing, only learning how to do something a different way. But you know, when you feel like, oh, I tried to do these 10 things, but I only got 3 things done. Oh, I've got so much more to do. It can feel like a heavier energy. But if you put 3 things on the list and you're like, yay, I completed those 3 things, and then you're like, I can fit some more things on, you feel like you're accomplishing more. And you are, because you're not putting yourself under pressure to get everything done, okay? Now, the Justice card says here, a need for a fair resolution. Set your emotions aside and just look at the facts. Very emotional energy here. Okay, so if you have to have a very important conversation with someone, I feel like head and heart needs to be engaged, but you are sticking to the facts. You're not wanting to have any knee-jerk reactions this month. You could find a resolution on something, okay, with a very honest, open, accountable conversation with a person, because I feel there's a bit of healing going on here as well. I feel like you make headway by just sticking to the facts. Sometimes, especially in working environments, of course you care about what you do, but sometimes it's bizarre. You know, we should connect to people when we're emotional, but if you're over emotional about something, you know, people tend to switch off. So for example, if you've ever watched people talking, having a discussion, a debate online or, you know, on TV or something, and then it gets suddenly very heated and then everybody's talking and all the emotion is flowing, suddenly it's chaos and you can't hear, and like when people are shouting, you kind of shut down. You're like, oh, you know, I can't deal with this. It's like you stop listening. It's just a reaction. So I feel having a conversation that is measured and direct and says what you need to say from a healthy place is important, because that's when people are listening. So whether that's in a business deal, perhaps you're going back and forth on something, there may be something that could trigger you this month, but your choice is to be diplomatic but direct and say, hey, this is wasting my time. I've got other things I need to do. I'll come back to you. Or it's like, okay, this was not what I was hoping for, so I'm going to withdraw at this time and we can find a resolution another time. It feels like you step back from something in order to get a better deal or headway on something, if that makes sense. So for example, if you're trying to negotiate a deal on a contract, someone could be trying to devalue you or offer you less than you truly deserve with that Three of Pentacles. Or you may be like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing here, but unfortunately at this time I value my skills. Or should I say, fortunately, you value yourself, because the sun is to value who you are and recognize that you are awesome at what you do. But also you withdrawing and saying, actually, I don't want this, because you're devaluing the situation. You're not valuing my skills. My energy is better pulled elsewhere. That's when they will fight for you and say, actually, we'll offer you more. Sometimes withdrawing, even though you're worried, even though you feel, oh my gosh, I could actually lose this opportunity. Sometimes withdrawing and saying, no, 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 I'm sorry, I'm better than that. The situation will return to you with more favorable options. Okay, so that's something that's coming through there as well. Now, if you are going through a court case at this time, I would be a little bit mindful of going too quickly. Document everything, because there could be someone who is trying to, this is in the resistance position, but anything that's in the resistance position will go into the upright. I want you to be aware of that. Someone could be trying to play dirty, as it were. So I feel document everything, have the proof. You are leading with integrity, and always the truth will out. So if you're going through a court case at this time, I got to be honest with you, I feel there is a settlement, or there is some sort of money that comes out there, compensation. Five of Swords, it can indicate that someone tries to win at all costs. So you may be wounded with some of the things that come out. You may also feel that the resolution was not as fair as you'd hoped, but still you got some sort of offering, and I feel like it was a learning curve, okay, of how to not repeat a cycle. Don't get me wrong, I want you to be aware you do get something from this, something that, you know, benefits you, but it may not be all that you were hoping for, okay? I hate to give you that message, but I got to be clear with what the cards are giving me there as well. If you're signing any contracts, look at the facts, the finer details there, because it could be a clause that keeps you stuck. Two Swords there indicates a stalemate energy. I do feel that anything that's at a stalemate, whether it's you trying to negotiate a deal to purchase a property or a business, or whether it is you waiting for results on something, I feel there is a pause, a delay. And this lull period will basically help you get clear in your mind how you want to proceed on how things come out. I feel like ultimately it's good news, okay, but there may be something there that you'll overthink or causes you a little bit of pressure initially, but you find a resolution to it. Signing contracts on any purchases, like purchasing a car or a house or a cell phone contract, there may be something hidden in the clause, and this could be a period of time, like a cooling off period. So it could be less than usual, or it could be that the rolling contract locks you into something long term. So I would just check that, because Knight of Swords is, you know, to be future thinking. Two of Swords is to be stuck or to feel like you didn't see this coming. Okay, so look at the details of any contracts there as well. Knight of Swords, on a personal level, a lot of you are making some lifestyle changes because you feel something is out of balance, the missing ingredient. So you're tapping into your heart space to make sure that you take accountability for the things that you would love to have in your life, and you're attracting to a vibration of positivity. A rare opportunity is coming in towards you, and I feel you're going to grab it with both hands. It will flourish and thrive. And of course, a lot of you are looking at your support network this month. 12th house can indicate you feel like withdrawing and committing to your higher self, but you're deep in thought, developing yourself, but also, you know, you're looking at body, mind, and soul. Mindfulness, I've already mentioned that. A lot of you may change the way that you eat, or return to a diet, or even, you know, manage some sort of meal plan, or, you know, manage food costs during this time, or even, you know, do something active. If you've not been active because you've been unwell recently, for example, you're managing stress levels or managing symptoms of an unwellness, I feel like you get back to best. You have this more active energy there. But also, when you spend a lot of alone time, then we can start to think negatively. So I would say, if you're searching for your soul tribe, a lot of you are getting involved in something that you love doing, and you're going to meet a friend for life, someone who's going to be your ride or die, okay? This person is a loyal person, but also, you know, if you have a group of friends already, and you are withdrawn, you may be noticing who comes towards you, who hears your silence, who's got your back. You know, there may be one person where there is a friendship between you, but it feels strained somehow, or it feels like you're evolving away from this person. And although, you know, it feels like it's not fair, you may feel like this person's really changed. Their life philosophy just doesn't match with yours, or it just feels like they think differently than you, and that's okay. But for some of you, it could be that they are extra argumentative, or that they're always like stirring the pot, or, you know, it just feels like you want to like withdraw from this person at this time. and you'd love to find a resolution, but at this time I feel like they just cause you a bit of a headache and you're just not about it. So I feel a lot of you may kind of like go very silent on this person just because you want to protect your inner peace. Two of Swords is to protect your inner peace. So a lot of you, I actually feel with that 12th house, you're withdrawing in order to focus on your goals without any distraction, and that you're shaping something up really nicely there. As you can see, that Two of Swords, there's a camel. That indicates a lot of you are thriving in challenging circumstances. You're utilizing your resources and doing the best you can with what you've got. And it's hard right now, but I do see some changes coming through that will see you advance quite quickly. And these may be sudden, opportunities coming in, but also you may need to make a decision this month, and you may be sitting on that decision and trying to reflect on your options with that Lover's card. You will make a very decisive decision at the end of the month there. Five of Swords can indicate that from an unclear path, suddenly you see something very clearly, and you have to kind of like make some very challenging decisions that may, I don't want to say upset other people, but I feel like this is your life. You're leading it in accordance with what you feel is best for you. But there could be someone or even people who have certain expectations of you. And you're like, well, I'm not going to adhere to your expectation. I'm going to have more independence and do what I feel is right for me at this time. So I feel, you're setting yourself free from an expectation of others. You don't care what they think of you. Of course, you're not a people pleaser. But, because you care about the people in your life, that Three of Pentacles indicates you don't like to let anyone down. But there may be a moment where you need to step away and do something for yourself and say, look, I'd love to help you, or I'd love to be there for you, but at this time I've got this thing I need to focus on, and when I'm finished, I'll come and then be there for you. So you may have that conversation with someone. Now, Two of Swords, I feel there is clarity in a decision. This is a time of finding peace in mental conflict. This could be you really looking at intrusive thoughts at this time, but also this is a reconciliation between people. So I feel like you will reconcile with a person eventually that perhaps you've been having conflict with, but I feel both of you need space and breath to really contemplate and take accountability. There's always two sides to a story, and you're leading with truth, but you need this person to also honor truth, because you've got the Sun energy, which means what you see is what you get. You are not hiding anything, but this person may have been struggling with something and it has infiltrated the relationship or dynamic there. It doesn't have to be your partner, it can be a friend, but I feel you will find a resolution in this. And if some of you have been going through a divorce, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, so much love. I feel, the divorce could be finalized this month, or it is going through a process where it's leading to a very close finalization there. So it could be a very challenging time of divvying up, items, as it were, money, and, all of those horrible things that go with a divorce. And of course, someone may try to do you dirty. Just watch out for that. Make sure you have all the documents and everything, but it will come to a resolution, and it feels like the pressure is off. Relief. You're set free. Now you can flourish and thrive and be independent and all of those things. And will you love again? The answer is absolutely yes. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. But I mean, this month for a lot of you, whatever it is you're investing in, because the majority of you are focused on your body, your mind, your soul, and also reinvesting in self, learning more about your capabilities. And the Hierophant can indicate slow and steady progress, but progress is there, okay? If you need to make a decision, don't go too quickly, because you may misstep and have to return or miss a piece of vital information. So if you feel pressurized into anything as well, to sign anything, that normally means that someone else benefits from it more than you, and they don't want you to see something. That's why they're trying to rush you into something. The same with if you're trying to purchase something. If someone's kind of like trying to urge you or pressure you into sign something, saying it's a one deal only, one off, it ends today, this opportunity, or you've only got 30 seconds to think about it and 30 minutes to sign, whatever it is, I mean, you're just going to see through that. And we have the Hierophant. It says here, there's a lot of knowledge to be gained from this situation or from both individuals. A lot of you may actually meet a person this month, a new person who gives you knowledge. This could be a new hire in a working environment that has knowledge in an area that you're curious about. And this person, for some of you, it may be that this person's younger than you, but you're curious about solidifying stable position in, technology, for example. You have a lot of cerebral cards, and the 7th house mixed with the 12th house can be that you're connecting to the ether, partnering up with people who can give you ideas or help you with structures that can keep you relevant in, a very tech world that we find ourselves in this moment. So there could be some new knowledge there, or you may be actually putting yourself on a course of learning to actually stay relevant in terms of technology, so that you can make sure that, when things are shifting, I hate to mention this, but we're all aware that technology and AI are doing certain tasks, responsibilities, and roles that humans used to do. And it can be that you are finding other areas to involve yourself in, upskill in some way, and, beat the AI, or be so relevant in your role that you're secure. A lot of you, I'm just seeing here, you are secure. I want you to be aware of that. The Hierophant indicates a lot of you are being noticed by people in positions of authority. So I do see promotion energy or new opportunities coming in for you. But also, this is about you having faith, reinforcing your life philosophy there and believing so that you can receive all of the things that you've been working hard to achieve there, okay? Now, this Hierophant energy, all of it is about community. So I feel a lot of you are trying to submerge yourself in things that bring you joy, with people or activities, festivals, going out there, having fun. The Sun card is an indication that fun is important. Variety is a spice of life. So I feel a lot of you want to kick back and relax. You're still adhering to your responsibilities and duties. You're on top of your repayment plans, and I feel that you're going to be really proud of yourself and everything that you get done. But I also see change is afoot. A lot of you want to make some changes. You don't want to keep falling into a cycle of repeat. A lot of you may be making declarations to self, like, I want to stay on top of a diet or an exercise plan, or I want to stay true to my projects. I want to be consistent. So I feel a lot of you, with that 5 of Swords, you're putting extra pressure on yourself to remain true to your declaration, and you will. Okay, 5 of Swords is a shaper of worlds. Pressure can spring us into action to make the changes that we feel are long overdue. So if you feel that, you've reached a certain level, I know, for example, and I'm just giving you this as an example, that perhaps under pressure, I can sometimes reach for the quick fix. And the quick fix is perhaps not very good for my body. I might sit there and have a coffee and, I'll say, okay, I'll just have a couple of biscuits to go with that. And suddenly I look at the packet and go, oh my gosh, where did half that packet go? Well, there's only me here, so that must have been me. So it can be that when I'm under stress or pressure, or I feel someone let me down, or something let me down, or I've been trying so hard and I just feel like, it's so unfair, because life sometimes throws you a curveball. Sometimes we can reach for something emotionally that brings comfort. And if that is not something that's healthy for you, and I'm only mentioning this because this is a very health conscious card, it can indicate that, now you're just fed up of reaching for the thing that is the quick fix. The 5 of Swords can make you feel like extra critical upon yourself, to say, look, pull yourself together. You don't need this. Or you notice a pattern and you break free from it. So I feel a lot of you could be breaking free. Look at that figure. She is free, from something. So I feel a lot of you, this could be lighter thoughts as well. Okay, you may be very mindful this month of the things you connect to, the things that you digest. And when I say digest, I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about things you witness, you see, that you listen to. A lot of clickbait out there, a lot of high cortisol levels, because there is a sense of being on eggshells or, in fight or flight mode. The last couple of years, everyone went through something that could trigger like a trauma response or a need to be secure suddenly in a very changeable environment. So it can be that you're trying to ground yourself through these times, and I feel like you're going to be able to do that there as well. Page of Pentacles, news. Pages bring news. Very favorable news coming in for you at the end of the month. Something that's going to bring you joy. Something that you've been patiently working towards. I feel like you're quietly making some changes, and you're going to see things kind of really take shape for you. And I feel that, even though things are challenging, you're going to be the person who is still standing. You're thriving in, very challenging times. And I feel, you're going to see the payoff for everything that you're doing. So whatever it is you're focused on, because everyone's focus is going to be different. So if you're trying to make headway on a project, or you're trying to, sculpt your arms in the gym, for example, or if you're trying to, increase your finances through certain establishments, because you have an establishment card there that brings better interest rates. The more you see positive results, the more you are encouraged to want more, if that makes sense. So I feel like the universe is sending you an encouragement this month that you're seeing results. And when you see results, then you want to build on those results. So that's what I'm seeing for you, okay? A lot of positive energy there as well. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What else do they need to know regarding their circumstances for July? Hidden secrets. Okay, so as I said, document everything, especially if you're going through anything legal. Someone could try and pull some secrets out there. I mean, some of you may actually discover a secret, because basically Justice card in the resistance position is something that's left unsaid. Now this could be something that's omitted. That's what I picked up on in contracts or, meetings, things like that. Something that isn't said. So maybe a lot of you are paying attention to what isn't said. You're watching actions at this time rather than words. But we've also got magnetism and we've got conquering. So yeah. Brilliant energy here. Hidden secrets. This could be a hidden opportunity coming your way or something you do not see. But it says here, careful of superficial appearances or making decisions without all the facts. Act with discernment. I've mentioned that already in your reading. And that's about purchases. It's about contracts. It's about anything that you're trying to do that makes a difference in your life. Always good to do your due diligence and dig a little bit deeper there. Unseen, sly approach, and careful. So I did mention if you're going through any legalities or if anyone tries to pressure you into doing anything, that could be a very sly approach. But I feel like you see it. You've got the sun energy and that big old eye sees everything. I mean, for some of you, with an establishment card there, some of you may be keeping an eye on worldly changes right now and feel like perhaps there's some negative energy going on in the establishment. Perhaps you feel that there are so many things that are behind the scenes that are being revealed right now that before, it's almost like there was a cover-up and now they don't care. They're just showing it to us and we're all like, wow, this has been going on. What's going to be done about it? Oh, that's right, nothing. Until we collectively come together and say, enough, we need change. So I feel there is this energy of keeping your eye on something, being discerning about things, paying attention to what's important to you at this time. We also have magnetism, so this is you drawing opportunity towards you, a portal of opportunities coming towards you there. It says a magnetic force surrounds you. I mean, the sun is the biggest, magnetic force. Everyone's drawn to bask in the sun. So, of course, some of you may take a vacation towards the sun at this time. You're working really hard in order to have a break there. But I feel like you are in a period of having an acknowledgement of your own personal power, your gravitas. When you are the center and you are confident within yourself, you draw things towards you. That confidence is an aphrodisiac, drawing love towards you, opportunity, friendships. It also is you being magnetic with your skills, promoting yourself, feeling confident in whatever it is you have to offer in terms of your talent. You're a very talented and gifted person. To have the sun, it means that you stand out. So this is about you acknowledging that you are unique and you're stepping into your power this month and magnetizing opportunities towards you. What you can think, you can have, okay? So it says here, you're being given the power to manifest your dreams into reality, drawing something in, persuasive and power, okay? Negotiating better deals. For example, the doors are wide open and some of you are going to win an award or some of you are going to conquer something that's been hard to conquer because of your diligence, because of your staying power. You've been consistent in something. And it says, victory will be yours. Set your intention and watch it come back to you. Overcoming victory and success. And I'm loving that as your final card there because I do see a win. I do see a breakthrough. And it's because you've been consistent. Okay? Now, finally, we have, I'm loving it. Look, you're leading with a pure heart with the Lover's card. You're looking at your options at this time, but it is what you have in your heart. It shall be manifested in physical form. whether that's love, whether it's opportunity, whether it's money. I feel like you're leading with your passion and your heart at this time. Leading with a pure heart, the universe wants to reward you. And we've also got a leaf. So a lot of you are turning over a new leaf. Lots of lifestyle changes and choices in this month as well. But also a lot of you could be deadheading the roses, as it were, in order to promote growth. And what I mean by that is, pruning, landscaping your world, saying, okay, I'm cutting this out because it no longer works. I'm outgrowing this, so I am cutting it off. That promotes growth. Body, mind, and soul. And I really feel this is a great month for you to ground there as well. Okay, so I'll leave it there, my beautiful Aquarians. I hope something resonates here for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.